Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm finally going to be sharing my Sephora VIB sale purchases. I was waiting on one of my orders to arrive, so I finally got everything in, but I quickly wanted to share the products that I purchased right before the sale. I was going to purchase these during the sale anyway, but I was able to get some really good discounts before, so I figured why not? So I ended up picking up the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette and the Rose Quartz Silk Balm. I've been using both of these products a ton lately. The packaging is stunning. Every time I look at it, I'm in awe of how pretty it is. But every time I use this palette, I just feel so inspired and creative. I love the looks that I've been able to create with this. And I actually posted 2 of them on Instagram. So I will go ahead and link my Instagram down below in case you wanted to check those out. But these shades are absolutely stunning, especially the shimmers. They're just so reflective, so intense. I love everything about this palette, except of course that one weird glossy balmy shade. I still haven't used it and I don't know when or if I will. I just feel like it's a pointless shade to have in here. And that is the shade Love Stone. But besides that, I do love everything else about this palette. Like I said, the shimmers are really intense. They almost look foiled on the lids, and yeah, I just think they're really beautiful. You do get quite a bit of fallout though, so I do highly recommend you do your eyes first. I always do my eyes first anyway, so that's not a problem for me, but you will get a ton of fallout, or at least I have every time that I've used the shimmers in here. I don't know if I'm just really heavy-handed. Maybe other people don't have that issue, but for me, I do get quite a bit of fallout, but they look so pretty that I don't even mind. And as far as the mattes go, I haven't had any issues. Everything is really easy to blend, really nice and pigmented. And the shades in here aren't as cool toned as I thought they would be. For some reason, from the pictures that I saw on Instagram, it did look like more of a cool toned palette, but everything in here is actually more on the neutral side, except for of course the purple shades. Those do lean a little bit more cool tone, but they do work for my skin tone. They never look off in my opinion. So yeah, I cannot get enough of it. And then the Silk Balm, this one I also really like. It does give your lips a little bit of a pinky color to them, but overall it is a sheer lip product. Even though it does have shimmer, it's really fine shimmer, so it never feels gritty on your lips. But I just like how comfortable this is. It does feel like I'm wearing a thicker lip balm, but it looks really pretty and glossy on the lips. So overall, I've really been enjoying this lip balm, and yeah, I feel like it goes with a ton of different looks. I do like wearing it over top of a lip liner or even just by itself, and paired with the Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette, I think it goes really well with it. And then the other 2 products that I got before the sale were from McGrath Labs. She was having her 30% off sale before the Sephora one, so I was able to get not just 30% off, but another 10% off on top of that. So I figured it was such a good deal, and I had been wanting this palette since they launched it. I knew I was going to get it eventually, but I was waiting for the right time to get it. So this is the McGrath Huetopian Dream palette. I cannot wait to play with these shadows. I did swatch them today because I did take some pictures for Instagram. Just from swatching them, I know I'm gonna love this palette. Like, there is no shade in here that I don't see myself using. But let me take it out of the box. I did put it back in just to protect it. I do like to keep the boxes whenever I get these palettes just because it's so pretty. It's like artwork, so yeah, I'm keeping that. But here is the actual palette. It is absolutely stunning. Every single shade in here I cannot wait to try, but I'm especially excited to try these 2 bottom shades right here. That really glittery purple shade and then the duochrome next to it. I also picked up one of her lip liners. I wanted the shade Contour, but they were out of stock by the time I tried to purchase it, so I ended up going with the shade Supernatural, and they did look pretty similar from swatches that I saw online. I do want to pick up the shade Contour eventually, but it's not really a priority for me right now because I did get this shade. But this is a neutral mid-tone shade, I would say. These are the kind of lip liners that I always reach for. So yeah, I did already try this once and it's perfection. So like I mentioned in my Sephora VIB sale wishlist video, I was planning on purchasing the Laneige All-Nighter Lip Sleeping Mask holiday set. In this one, you do get 3 lip masks. One is a full size and the other 2 are minis. I already started using the full size one, which I have in my skincare drawer. So that's why it's not in here. So the 2 minis that you get are Ginger Snap, which I did already try and I really like it. It does have a subtle sweet spicy scent. It's not overpowering or anything. I really like it. Perfect for the fall time. And then the other one is Peppermint. This one I actually haven't smelled yet, but let me just smell it really quick. Okay, yeah, it definitely smells like peppermint. It actually smells like a candy cane, which I really like. But again, it's not overpowering. I always like that Laneige doesn't put too much scent in their products. At least when it comes to their lip sleeping masks. So yeah, I like both of these actually. But I think my favorite one so far is definitely Ginger Snap. So this next product was also part of my wish list. This is the Briogeo Honey Hydration Don't Despair Repair Hair Repair Kit. This is actually their limited edition holiday hair mask. I love their original one. It's my all-time favorite hair mask, but I love this one even more actually. I feel like it's even more moisturizing than their original Don't Despair Repair hair mask. And the scent I also love. This year's scent is a little bit different from last year's. This year it's their vegan apple honey scent, whereas last year it was just their honey one. I like this scent even more actually. It does smell a little bit more in my hair. Like even after I rinse it, I can still smell it in my hair for like an hour or two. You do also get a travel size shampoo and conditioner. And honestly, I might not even try the conditioner now that I think about it because I don't use conditioner. I only use hair masks. I might just give the conditioner to my mom or my sister. The shampoo, I will give it a try, but I'll have to see if it works because my hair is really, really picky when it comes to shampoo. Most of them completely dry my hair out, so I tend to stick to the same thing over and over again, but I'll try it anyway. So I had to pick up a full size of the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara, which I fell in love with recently. I did end up getting a mini size with an order a couple of months ago, and that's pretty much the only mascara that I've been using lately. I just love how much length and volume it gives, but on top of that, it doesn't smudge or flake on my lashes. So overall, it's just like my perfect mascara and my current favorite one. I have barely been reaching for any of the other ones in my collection. If I ever reach for them, it's just so that I can use them up eventually, but I think once I open up this one, this is all I'm going to be using. And then speaking of Rare Beauty, I also picked up the Soft Pinch Blush Trio. I knew I wanted to try more shades eventually ever since I got one of their minis in a Sephora birthday gift in the summer. And I'm really glad that I waited because I like that these are minis. Just because of how pigmented they are, you really only need like 1, maybe 2 dots per cheek, and even then it can be a little bit intense. But I like how easily these blend out. You get plenty of time to blend them out and work them into your skin. They just look so dewy and fresh on your cheeks. There's just something really special about this liquid blush formula. So I'm pretty sure only one of these is already an existing shade in their blush line. I think the other 2 are exclusive to this gift set. Okay, yeah, it says Bliss is a Selena favorite, and then the other 2 are set exclusive shades. So here's the shade Bliss, and this one again is already a permanent shade. And then the other 2 ones are Hope, which this is the one that I'm wearing right now. It's a really pretty nude mauve shade. It did look really bright and intense when I first applied it, but once I started blending it out, it looked really like pinky and like fresh. And then the other shade is called Peace, and this one is a apricot shade. I think this one is going to be perfect for summer looks especially, but of course I'm going to be wearing it any time of the year. So I ended up getting 2 products from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I got the Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 7 and then the Cream Bronzer. I really like this concealer so far. It does have quite a bit of coverage. I would say it is full coverage. And the finish I would say is more on the natural side. Like, I don't feel like it looks completely matte, but it also doesn't look super luminous. It's kind of like a natural or satin finish. But I like how easily this concealer blends out, even though it does have full coverage. A little bit goes a long way. I think the first couple of times that I tried this, I did apply way too much. So I did try to apply less today, and I feel like it looks better. I do feel like it does crease a little bit more than some of my other favorite concealers. So I'm still kind of testing it out, but I do really like it so far. And then the cream bronzer, this one I picked up in the shade Amber, and this shade is definitely a lot warmer than what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a little bit more neutral, but I have been able to make it work. It is a very pigmented bronzer, so I do have to be careful with it. I feel like you do have to work quickly with this bronzer. It does dry down a lot faster than some of my other cream bronzers. So far, it just hasn't blown me away. I don't know why I thought I was gonna love this cream bronzer just from all of the reviews that I've seen. It's just okay for me. It's nothing revolutionary. It's a good cream bronzer, but I definitely have to keep testing it out to really see how I feel about it. I am so happy to have this moisturizer back into my skincare routine. So I did end up picking up the Belif Explosive Hydration Holiday Set, which includes the moisturizing balm, the True Cream moisturizing balm actually. They do have another one, which is their Aqua Balm, but that one is not moisturizing enough for me, and it does seem to have alcohol in it, so I don't like that one. But the True Cream version is such a good nighttime moisturizer for me, especially in the colder months. I only use it 3 to 4 times a week though, because it is so intense, but I really feel like I needed it. So I figured I would get the holiday set because it does include a full size of that moisturizer, but you also get a few minis in there. And I think in my wish list video, I did mention that I was going to give away the moisturizing eye balm, but I ended up keeping that one because I did try it a couple of times and I actually really like it. It's really moisturizing, so I also don't use that one every single night. I use it maybe like 3 or 4 times a week. The last time that I had tried this, I was in my 20s still, but now that I'm in my 30s, I definitely need something more intense for my under eyes, at least a few times a week. And then the Aqua Balm Sleeping Mask, that one I am going to be giving to my mom just because she does have a drier skin type. I feel like she might really like that. And I did already try the Aqua Balm Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm. I tried it a couple of times already, and so far I really like it. It does do a really nice job at removing my makeup, and it does leave my skin feeling really soft afterwards, so I'm keeping that one as well. So I did end up skipping out on the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Heat. Even though I really, really wanted the shade Hot Chocolate, I have been obsessed with wearing plumping lip glosses lately. I don't know what it is, but I really like that burning, tingling kind of feeling on my lips. I like that sensation for some reason. But anyway, I ended up skipping out on those because I do have a few plumping lip glosses to get through. So I ended up getting the Fenty Beauty Glossy Posse Fantasy Foursome Lip Gloss Set instead. And I'm actually glad that I did because these shades are even prettier in person. The only reason I was a little bit hesitant to get this set was because of the shade Candy Milk, which is their cream formula. I do have a mini size of the Fenty Glow Cream, which I don't wear that often. I wear it every once in a while, but I'm not the biggest fan of the cream formula. But now that I tried this one in the shade Candy Milk, I actually am starting to really like the cream formula. I don't know what is wrong with me, but a lot of makeup I don't like at first, and then over time, after I tried a few times, I start liking it. That's exactly what happened with this one. So here is the shade Candy Milk, and I just think this is such a pretty pinky lip gloss shade. It is more opaque than their regular gloss bombs, but I actually don't mind that. I think that's the reason why I didn't really like this formula at first, just because of how opaque it is. But once you apply it to your lips, it does sheer out a little bit. It doesn't look as bright as when you first apply it, which I actually really like. So yeah, it's a really pretty like everyday pinky lip gloss shade. I'm glad that I like this now because it is a full size, but I was the most excited for the minis in here just because of how glittery they are. And I'm pretty sure this is a new formula that they have. So far, you can only get these in the holiday set, but I think my favorite one so far out of the minis is the shade Hot Chocolate Fantasy, which is definitely a lot more glittery than their original Hot Chocolate Gloss Bomb, which I do have a mini of, and it's one of my favorite glosses ever out of my entire collection. Fenty Glow Fantasy looks a little bit more like orangey compared to the regular Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. I wouldn't think that this would be the shade Fenty Glow, but I guess it's just because of the glitter in here that makes it look so different. And then the last one is called Champ Stamp Fantasy, and this one, even though it looks like more of a clear gloss, it does have a little bit of a rose gold kind of tint to it. I did already try all 4 of these shades on my lips. I had to try them as soon as I got them in the mail. So far, I do like all 4 of them. So this is a bit of a boring product, not anything exciting, but it is a necessary product for me. This is the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner, which I did run through a 32-ounce bottle already. It did last me a couple of years, so I figured I would just get the 16-ounce for now. This is probably going to last me at least 6 months, maybe even a year, depending on how often I do my makeup, but this does such a good job at spot cleaning your brushes. I like using this in between deep cleaning, so I had to get this. And then the last 2 products that I picked up, I'm so excited about. These are my first Natasha Denona products that I've ever purchased. I am wearing one of these on my eyes right now. This one is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette, which I am so happy to have in my collection. I really like this formula so far. I love the shades in here, and this mauvey pinky packaging is so pretty. I love how sleek this palette feels, and something unique about this palette that I haven't really seen other brands do is that you can actually rearrange the shadows in here. The palette has these little holes on the back, so you can take out the eyeshadows and rearrange them. But for now, I'm just going to keep the palette as it is. I don't really have a problem with the layout of the shades. I feel like it's perfectly laid out actually. I've heard almost nothing but good things about Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula, but I was really blown away at how well these performed. The mattes are really easy to work with. They blend so easily, so quickly. The shimmers in here are just gorgeous. They're very reflective, really like creamy and easy to apply. I did stick to more of the mauvey and cranberry shades in the palette, so I can't wait to play around with the rest of the shades. And then I also picked up the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. I got this in the shade Light, even though I really liked the shades in the dark palette, but I figured this one would suit me better, so I'm actually glad that I went with this one because the blush looks so pretty. The highlighter looks like it's gonna work for me. I love how neutral the eyeshadows are. This is a very neutral palette. It might be a little bit boring for some people, but for me, this is like the perfect everyday neutral palette with pretty much everything that you need to create a look. But what I really like about this packaging is that the cream blush and the highlighter are protected with this plastic cap over them. It's really thin as well. It doesn't feel bulky at all. So yeah, I'm really glad that I got this because it did go out of stock a couple of times after I had purchased it, so it might be back in stock. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be around forever. I think this is limited edition. I am really happy with all of my purchases. There's nothing that I'm regretting, at least not right now. Even the products that I feel like are just okay. Let me know if you guys purchased anything during the sale. I would love to know, but I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.